What up, bitches? It's the MisanthropikOne, aka He Who Hungers, and I'm back up in this bitch for another rant/review. Y'all been waiting for this one, so I'm gonna talk about this album right here. B.o.B's latest album called Strange Clouds. I actually talked about B.o.B before when I reviewed his last album, which was actually his debut album, called The Adventures of Bobby Ray. So this is his second album. And I said things like, you know, I actually like this dude, and I feel he has some songs of substance and everything, even though he is a mainstream MC and he mixes a lot of pop and stuff into his music, and I still feel the same way. I know a lot of y'all were critical about that, saying, yo, you know, he's a pop artist and whatnot. I totally disagree. I think that he's a MC that uses a lot of pop influences, opposed to some of these pop artists, in my opinion, who just want to rap or instantly go pop. You know what I mean? There's a difference. And B.o.B basically stays the same on this shit. He sticks to what works, he sticks to his formula, and you gotta give it to him. I really enjoyed listening to this album once again. So I'm gonna go into who produced on this album. B.o.B had a lot to do with the production of this album, and that's another thing I like about B.o.B too. He's very multi-talented. I'm not sure if I mentioned it on the last video I did, but you know, he plays guitar, he plays all types of different instruments, and he's a well-rounded musician, let's just put it that way. So props to B.o.B on that. But let me mention some of these producers besides B.o.B, obviously. You have Jameson Jones, who else? Dr. Luke and Circuit. Shit, a lot of this shit is written and like so convoluted and put together. Let's see who else is here. I'm just gonna skip through this. I'm not gonna have y'all looking at me reading this shit. Ryan Tedder and Noel Zancanella. Make Will Made It. And that's it. I'm not gonna read this shit, and you know, because it's all put together, all the letters are jumbled together, so fuck it. I'm not gonna sit here and again have y'all watch me read this shit forever. But beat wise, I know a lot of the people that watch my shit are mainly underground hip hop heads, and a lot of y'all probably won't like the beats on here. I do though, because you have to recognize the artist to understand some of the beats, and some of y'all already know that, you know, and that's the one thing I like about B.o.B. He's not afraid to go out there and use his influences. A lot of these aren't super hard beats, but they complement what he's trying to say and his style altogether. So just listen to this album with an open mind. Let me get into some of the features on here. Features on this album. You have Morgan Freeman. Yes, the actor Morgan Freeman. You have Taylor Swift, Lil Wayne, Chris Brown, T.I., you know T.I. had to make an appearance on here. This is his artist. So you have Nicki Minaj, Ryan Tedder, Loriana May, Playboy Trey, and Trey Songz. So it's almost like every other track there's a feature. There's 15 tracks on here, and it's about half the album is features. It's not bad. A lot of the features do their thing on here. Mostly hooks, you know what I mean? And Morgan Freeman, with the exception of Morgan Freeman, because he's just speaking, dropping lines on there, not rapping, but just speaking and complimenting to the track. Track 1, Bombs Away, featuring Morgan Freeman. Love the way this track starts off the album. Very epic. Love the beat. Morgan Freeman starts off with a few eerie lines, even ends the song with a few eerie lines. Track is about B.o.B's duality, which he covers not only on this track but also on the last track on this album, and also talking about you know, people who are controlling shit who we can't see. So basically, if you want to sum it up, he's talking about the Illuminati, even though he really doesn't mention the word Illuminati in the track. And definitely a dope track. This track right here, when I was actually listening to it, I was thinking of all the B.o.B naysayers, because there's a lot of motherfuckers that say, oh, the nigga can't spit and blah 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 blah. Guys, I'm begging you to listen to this track right here, because B.o.B goes in. That's the one thing I like about him. He can really spit when he wants to, you know what I mean? He can go hard when he wants to. And this track just is just something to attest to that. So I'm begging you, if you don't like B.o.B or you have this crazy misconception about him, listen to that fucking track and come back and tell me different, because he really goes in on that track. Next track I want to talk about is So Hard to Breathe. Dope track. B.o.B does his own hook on it. That's another thing I like about him. He could actually sing without the fucking use of auto-tune. And track is about the I guess you could say the trials and tribulations of success. And I know it may seem unbelievable to some people that he's actually going to complain about success and some of the negatives about success, because he's a mainstream dude, he's popular and all that shit, and you know, he's basically rich. But yo, it's believable to me. And again, B.o.B has concepts on this album, so don't sleep on him. That's another track that has a wild concept that some of you guys should really listen to, so check that track out. Track 4, Both of Us, featuring Taylor Swift. The title is kind of misleading on this track, because you know, I thought that it was a chick song, you know. It sounds like both of us, you know, I can do for both of us, you know, I can't live without us being together, you know. I assumed it was something like that, but y'all know the saying when it comes to assumptions, don't assume, because you make an ass out of you and me. So this track is another track that has a concept to it. B.o.B is talking about how motherfuckers are shallow, how most motherfuckers are shallow, concerned with materialistic shit. And second verse is basically having all the odds of the world stacked against you. So yeah, like that track. Taylor Swift comes through on the hook, does her thing. So check that track out. Let's see, Strange Clouds, featuring Lil Wayne. This track, you can tell B.o.B basically put it on there, you know, because Lil Wayne is one of the hot rappers currently, and he's just going bar for bar with him on that track. Beat was good, I have to admit. I think B.o.B. outshined Wayne, and no, I'm not saying that because I'm just an underground hip hop head, but in my opinion, B.o.B. really went in on this track. Let me jump ahead to Out of My Mind featuring Nicki Minaj, because I know a lot of people want to hear my opinion on that. This track right here, I have to say, man, I'll be honest, it actually fit Nicki Minaj's style. The beat was kind of out of control. Y'all know how Nicki Minaj, her rap persona is sort of bipolar. So she went in doing her thing on this track, I will admit. So it did fit her style. I'm not gonna bash her because it's not really worthy of bashing to me. The last track I want to talk about is the last track called Where Are You? B.o.B. versus Bobby Ray. And there's a video for this track. Real ominous video. Love the video. Love the track. Bobby Ray, or B.o.B, is basically talking about the evolution of Bobby Ray into B.o.B and some of the shit he has to hear because of that. You know, like him, Bobby Ray getting famous, and now some of the people back in ATL are saying, yo, you know, you don't call, you know, you got big-headed and forgot about us and blah, 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 blah. And also, he talks about that whole thing that I'm guilty of this too. In fact, a lot of underground hip-hop heads are guilty of this shit, where they say, oh, what happened to the nigga that was rapping on the mixtapes? What happened to that? What happened to that style? And blah, 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 blah. And definitely a dope track. Shows B.o.B.'s humility, and definitely love it. And it basically is a good ender to the album because it leaves you like wondering where the fuck could he go next with his shit. And we already know where he is going next because he hinted at this on his album, and he also confirmed it in an interview that his third album he wants to make a rock album. So I also love the fact that he's open and honest with that, and that just coincides with another video that I've made about certain MCs changing up. Well, I didn't make the video, but I've said it about other rappers, how they like to change shit up and then bring it to you under their name, and then the shit sucks. But he's letting you know full well that his third album is going to be more of a rock influenced album. So I look forward to that. I know he could play the guitar real well, and B.o.B, look forward to your next shit. In conclusion, I'm going to give this album in between a 7 and 8. Again, guys, listen to it with an open fucking mind, and you'll definitely enjoy this album. Got dope concepts, dope rhymes. He goes in. Again, you know, that's the thing with some of us underground hip hop heads. Some of us get too fucking immersed in the underground, and they don't want to give other shit a chance just because it's mainstream. Me, I try to subject myself to everything that's out there. Even if it's whack, I'll give it a chance before I'll say it's completely whack. And in my opinion, B.o.B is fucking ill. He's one of my favorite mainstream MCs at the moment. And you can see where he's going with his shit. So you can't be too surprised that, like I said, he's coming out with a rock album. I mean, you knew it was coming with his No Genre mixtape, and even his first album, you can see where he was drawing his influences from. So look forward to hearing what he comes up with next. B.o.B, Strange Fucking Clouds. That's it. Y'all know the deal. Leave your love, leave your hate. Most of all, subscribe. Support dope music. That's it. Peace, bitches.
You play this familiar melody.